Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching Today I Found Out, and in the video today, Michael Bay and Got Milk. In 1993, concerned about the steady decline of milk consumption over recent years, the newly created non-profit California Milk Processor Board approached the advertising agency of Goodby, Silverstein Partners, seeking fresh ideas to get America excited about drinking their product. The agency found the request a challenge, since in the words of Jeff Goodby, "We've all tried it, most have already owned some, milk is not new, it is not improved, there is very little to say about it." So despite years of experience, the mad men and women of Goodby, Silverstein Partners were at a loss for where to start. Then, during a focus group, one woman noted that "the only time I even think about milk is when I run out of it." This led Goodby to write down the now famous line, "Got milk." Still not convinced they had it, some members of the firm were concerned that not only was the phrase grammatically questionable, but the company hadn't really put much effort into making it. It also seemed too simple to bring back to the non-profit. Others thought that the campaign should instead recognize that people almost always drink milk with other foods like cookies and cereal, and wanted the ads to focus on milk and XYZ product. Ultimately, though, perhaps recognizing that brevity can be the soul of wit, they stuck with the two-word question with the minuscule case set in its now iconic typeface, and they began telling stories of how much life can suck when you run out of milk. Generally, these involved an individual caught in the middle of eating something sticky or dry when he realizes that he's out of milk. The commercials typically ended with the distraught character looking pathetic and a narrator asking you if you are sufficiently prepared to avoid this type of calamity with the simple question, "Got milk?" While many of the commercials are classic, none is more well known than the first in the series, which was directed by none other than Michael Bay of Transformers, Bad Boys, and Armageddon fame. Sometimes called the Got Milk Aaron Burr, for those not familiar, the television ad opens with classical music playing while the camera scans a large apartment crammed full with Alexander Hamilton memorabilia. As the song wraps up, the sole occupant of the apartment finishes spreading peanut butter on a large slice of bread and takes an enormous bite, just as the announcer says that the day's $10,000 question is, who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel? Now, several shots of Hamilton Burr collectibles are shown, revealing that the answer was not only Aaron Burr, but that the peanut butter eating character knows this. The phone rings, the announcer asks our character the question, and he answers, but because of the peanut butter gumming up his mouth, his answer is unintelligible. As his big chance slips away, the character goes for a glass of milk to clear his palate, only to realize that the carton is empty. The announcer cuts the call, having not heard the correct answer. Then the screen fades to black as the character, now broken-hearted, continues to try to articulate the answer. And then his apartment dramatically explodes. Kidding, although, is directed by Michael Bay. The commercial ends with the familiar phrase on the screen, "Got milk." Wildly popular, Michael Bay's commercial won the Silver Lion at Cannes, as well as the Grand Prix Clio for Commercial of the Year. Within 2 years, the milk processor education program was distributing it nationwide, and by the mid-1990s, more than 91% of American adults were familiar with the Got Milk campaign. This eventually morphed into other forms like milk-mustachioed celebrities in a variety of poses. Despite the cleverness and popularity of the entire campaign, milk consumption in the United States has continued to decline. For reference, in 1975, Americans annually used 274 pounds per person of liquid milk. That's about 32 gallons, while in 2014, they were only using 159 pounds per person, which is about 18.5 gallons. Seeking to stop the bleeding in 2014, the Got Milk campaign was dropped, and it was replaced with a campaign focusing on the nutritional content of milk. As for Michael Bay, before his big break into feature films with 1995's Bad Boys, he made a number of other well-known commercials, as well as music videos. For instance, in addition to the award-winning 1993 Got Milk Aaron Burr ad, Bay received the Gold Lion at Cannes the same year for the Miller Lite Lawyer Roundup commercial. Other famous Bay commercials include Nike's Michael Jordan vs. Charles Barkley ad, and a couple of jean commercials, one for Levi's and the other for Bugle Boy. For his efforts here, Bay received the Commercial Director of the Year award from the Directors Guild of America in 1995. Among Bay's well-known music videos are Meatloaf's I Would Do Anything for Love But I Won't Do That, Wilson Phillips's You Won't See Me Cry, and The Divinals' I Touch Myself. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for brand new videos every day of the week. Also, I've got a podcast. It's called BrainFood. It's content just like this, but in the podcast form. We go into a bit more depth and really get into all of the details on a particular subject. Check it out through the links in the description below, or just search your favorite podcast app for BrainFood. And if you like this YouTube channel, I think you will really love that podcast. But if you want to watch something else right now, check out a related video from the past over there on the right. And as always, thank you for watching.